What's up, guys, and I'm here for round 2 of the new Marvel Toybox wave, and this time I got the Wolverine. What? I'm so stoked Disney finally brought the X-Men into this toy line, and what better way to start than with old Wolvie here. Now I'm super excited to bust this guy open, so let's get this review started. Now starting with box front, the open window sure does get you excited for the figure. And here's one side with a sweet artwork. Man, I want a poster of that. And the other sides are boring just like the others. And here's the backaroo with underoos and his 2 buckaroos. And holy hot Pop-Tarts, it's Wolverine out of the package. And he is accessorized to mesmerize. Now let's take a closer look at this adamantium animal. Now starting with the head, I am digging that sculpt. He's got the classic mean Wolverine look, and it is awesome. The face is really well done, and they even sculpted in his canine teeth too. Although the cleanliness of the paint edges could have been better. Toybox still has some work to do. And moving in the body, man, I love the colors between him and Captain Marvel. This is turning out to be a killer wave. I'm digging the muscle sculpt they gave him, and it continues onto the back as well. Man, they really made him one muscular figure, and he's got an accessorization hole too. So in theory, you could probably put Rocket's rocket pack on there. Let's get his pack off to see if that works there. Plug that into the hole, and but Jenga, he's got a rocket pack. Looks kind of weird, but Wolverine in space. And back to Earth and into the body. One thing I find troublesome is the paint edge cleanliness on his sides right here. As you can see, they're just kind of sloppy, especially right there. Same thing on this side, not quite as bad, but it's just, these sides look pretty good, but same thing on the top there. And this side. And I saw another iteration of them in the store, and the same one that it had that there as well, that kind of blah, so it seems like a hot spot. And an issue I think it's having is because they're actually using the harder plastic from the old Toybox figures. If you take a look at this Hulk right here, you can hear his plastic. See how hard that is? And then when we get the newer ones, such as Thanos, you can hear how it's a little bit softer, and the newer figures such as Captain Marvel and Rocket here actually use that softer plastic as well. So I don't really know why they use this plastic, and one problem with this too that I really don't like is that paint doesn't stick very well to this plastic material, and it actually chips a lot easier. And the worst offender is on his arm joints right here. As you can see, as I've been moving them around, it's been chipping a little bit. You can't see it too much. There's a lot of chip that happened already, but it's still chipping a little bit, but you really see it most down here. Look at that. It's just absolutely, oh, there was more paint before. It just chips, there you go. See, just like that. This plastic just doesn't hold the paint, and it chips so easily. So if you have a tight joint that has low clearance and then you bend his arm, it's gonna chip the paint off. Or if you drop him or he bumps up against something. So that's one thing I really wish they stopped using this old hard plastic. But on the bright side, the microprint painting is getting a lot better because they never got that type of accuracy on the older Toybox figures before. Oh look, more paint chips. But oh well, what can you do now? Except look at the claws! Now I have to admit, these are pretty sweet looking claws. The paint is actually great on the claws at the very least. And if you look on the inside here, they have that opening. You can slide them out even though they're already out. Now I found this doesn't work very well because you have to try to get in there. You actually might chip the paint doing that too. So it's actually easier if you just grab this and pull out. So much better. You can see how much farther that comes out as well. And then to put it back, you just slide it right back in there. Now what's kind of funny, I didn't realize it, but this arm doesn't have the peg. I think it fell out when I pulled them out of the package, but I'm not sure. I looked for it and it's gone, but oh well, because it doesn't matter, because you just pull it out like that and it still works. So yeah, that was interesting. Yeah. On the bright side though, it looks like this one can go out further because of that. You see that little dot peg there? This stops right here. So see how far you can actually make it go out further, which it, just put that back in there. Actually, you know what? That actually kind of works out. If you take that peg off, you pull it out, now you can have a fully clawless hand there, just like that, because when you do this one, you push it in, that's as far as it goes. He still has claws, so hey, that actually works out. Maybe I'll pull this peg out too. I'll do that later. Oh, and they're actually bendy too. Got a little flex to them, but they're not as bendy as you would think. Yep. And moving into the legs, we get an ample amount of that gorgeous yellow. I really love that color. It just pops so much, especially with the blue. And the blue here, actually, the paint looks pretty good there, especially on the boots here. God, I love those boots. Just look at that. So much detail. Got the blue and the black, and it's well sculpted. And it seems a bit more durable. It doesn't seem as chippy as the skin tone. So maybe it's just this skin tone paint that's super chippy combined with the plastic that just makes it terrible. And here's the bottom feet for you now with treads. And now for articulation. His head rotates in a 360-degree pattern and has some side to side as well as some up and down. His arm also rotates in a 360-degree pattern and his shoulder joint goes up pretty decently, revealing his disgusting armpit. Now here's something really cool though. Check out his bicep right there. See how just big that is, and his arm just in general is just well sculpted and muscular. But check this out. See that little groove right there? Because of that groove, boom, look at that. It goes quite a bit up, like perfectly 90 degrees. So I mean, that's some pretty good sculpt engineering right there, because I mean it looks normal too when you see it when it's not bent it up, and then when you bend it up, boom, super functional. So hey, there's some misses but some definite hits. Waist swivel, and his legs can go that far forward and quite a bit back as well, and of course he can do the split since he's a Toybox figure. And his knee also rotates in a circle, and he has that same joint. See the little groove right there? Boom, nice 90-degree knee bend right there. And then the ankle, move that out of the way, spins in a circle and goes forward and back, no side to side. Now let's get into his accessories. Oh man, fell over. First off, we get a swappable unmasked head, just like Captain Marvel face. And you just pop his head off like so. Got a huge ball joint, it's like crazy. And then you take the other head right here and then you simply pop it right on, just like so, and voila! The maskless Wolverine Logan man and stuff. And he also comes with a samurai sword. Now this thing is really cool because you have the sheath right here, and then you got this little strap here that's pretty soft and all that stuff. Got a nice looking handle right there, and then what? It comes right out. I love that when the swords come out, you know, you got the little sheath there. Just put, oh, that's backwards. Just put that in and then pull it out and it's, I got a sword, yeah. Alright, possibly had a little bit too much fun there, but either way, we'll put the sword back into the sheath and then we'll place it on Logan here and see how that works. And just, yep, I'm pretty sure that's how that works. It just goes on him just like that, and yeah, that's not how it goes on. Alright, let's do this right here. Take this here, slide it up his arm, pop his head off for easier access. Slide that over the top like so, and voila! Now that looks way better. Pop the head on, and there you go. There's Wolvie with his sword on his back, and it looks pretty cool. It's pretty stable. Kind of moves around there, so you can move it wherever you need to and stuff, and it just looks pretty good overall. I really dig it. They did a really great job on this Wolverine. Like, I really like him. He looks, man, just look at that. He looks so awesome. And here he is holding the sword, and whoo, thought he looked awesome before, but now he looks super awesome. And moving on to the final accessory, we have his cowboy hat. Now this hat is actually pretty nice. I mean, it looks pretty simple overall. Looks like it's molded in this kind of tan color right there, which is a good thing because technically the paint shouldn't rub off since it's the color, unless the ink's just really bad. But then you got paint there on the top, which is a little bit sloppy, but it's okay, it's not too bad. What's cool though is like it's bendy but not too bendy, so it can flex to fit on the figure, but it'll still hold its shape, which is great. So let's go and put it on Logan. Okay, we got Logan here, and as you can see, the hat is actually shaped to Logan's triangular hair there, and it fits just like so. Perfectly so, in fact, and there you go. Logan with his hat in his yellow suit and a samurai sword. The hat doesn't fit onto his masked head because of his pointy ears there, unfortunately, although it would be weird. It's like, why would you want to do that? So actually, I guess if you bend the ears and do like that, you can kind of get it on. So actually, you know what? Yeah, let's try that. It kind of works. I think I like the maskless version better. It just looks more aesthetically pleasing. But let's try this hat on some other figures. As you can see, this hat is quite versatile, and you can use it on many figures in your collection.
I'm a cowboy.
And now for some comparisons. Here he is next to the Marvel Legends Uncanny X-Men. Here he is next to some Toybox buddies. And finally, here's an Olaf Swarm. Well guys, overall I really do dig this figure despite being disappointed with the plastic choice and the chippy paint. Like, I kid you not, when I stood up after filming this guy, I had all this like skin colored paint flake on me. It was like he had dandruff or something. But it's not really chipping off the main parts, just the joints, and it's in very small amounts, so it's not too bad, I guess. But the saving grace of this figure is the fact that we finally have an X-Man figure in the Disney Infinity or Toybox line. Like, we've all been wanting one since Infinity, and we finally got one. It's like, yeah. So that kind of overrides the downfall of the paint. sort of. Hopefully they make more X-Men figures, and if they do, hopefully they stay away from this plastic and paint choice combination. But either way, I still have the Spider-Man Far From Home figure to find and the Captain America Bucky 2-pack, so stay tuned for that. But until then, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.